We want to say this to Joseph Wakai and Jeremiah Kuhn to stop harassing the court. The judiciary system is another separate branch of government. Let them have the free will to rule in favor of the Liberian people, not in favor of an individual. They are using the Liberian people resources to influence people. They are threatening people from our information, telling people how we'll make you chief justice. Your time coming to finish. Promising the people, according to my information, all kind of things, including money. Justice is to be served to the people of this country. The Supreme Court is where people will have to go to seek redress. This case will determine what happens in 2029. This case will determine the fate of the opposition 2029.
I committed myself to do an audit. This is the reason why, when the first time I saw this outline was when the budget was submitted to us. It is not true that any member of was exerted last Sunday came to me to discuss the issue of outline. And I will show you the hypocrisy in a minute. I saw this, I told my staff, they gave me the evidence of this money movement. And I will produce screenshots and documents to that effect at my trial of how money was moved. So I said, no, I don't want to implicate anyone. And what I will do, we must do the audit. So now they have even extended it to 2022. So we asked with VAC, instead of just 2023 audit, to 2022 and 2023 to see what happened here. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not just going to throw charges. So I just want to public that this VAC audit may happen as I amended it. I wanted to see it at the end of 2025. I mean, at the end of October. That's what precipitated fast hurry.
I'm on the side of the law. I'm on the side of the Liberian people. I'm on the side of the law. I will never betray the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. As far as I'm concerned, what is happening to Fonati today, it is unconstitutional. The president has gotten involved into this process. As king of the law, as far as I'm concerned, Fonati Kofa is the speaker of the 54th National Legislature. I'm on my way to Kofa's office. I want to continue with business. Whatever the guys are doing, what is useless, it's unnecessary, and they are hurting the Liberian people.
So things that they have, and it's discouraging. Can you imagine only a wild and dine with because they have been confused that the system is not going to be part of. It must be the quality of other people. And revolution, but having capacity to look to your face. This is what you did. I left from this country to go to a pilgrimage. You could become a pastor. You signing resolution. You running to the chambers. I'm passing quickly before I come. Do you think that is fair? Do you think another speaker will come and sit in this chair and want to change this place? Who wants to be disgraced?
We start by making sure those people that we bring to cabinet are people of integrity. And secondly, we want to make sure that even beginning with myself, we'll declare our assets. And want to make sure that this is well known, the purpose of coming to government, to know that it's public service.
I think it is a dangerous irony that a man who was born in Sevelu, Mr. Joseph Waka, born in Sevelu, having gotten elected by a narrow victory, he will not focus his energy on reconciling the country, uniting the country, and he will take a frivolous lawsuit, not just to honor Council of Copa, but to honor man like theory of hard-earned democracy.
The process has been galvanized. Even people that committed themselves to us refuse to nominate us. We will still not talk because we know people like us in legislature would not want to see us in leadership because there are things we stand for and we will never back down. I'm not deterred. I'm still going to be a voice in the House. if you even marginalize me or refusing to nominate me,
Members who were running behind the process of your payment alerted us that things had stalled. So I responded, I will handle it in the morning. While on my way to the central bank, I got notification that the offices were blocked, the staffers were agitated.
I see in the next few months a noisy country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism that those who are coming at the helm of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to see in the next few months. I see in the next few months. I see in the next few months. And I see in the next few months a noisy country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the helm of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not perfect of doom, but the reality will come.
It is time for our legislature to make laws and not noise. It is time that our judiciary get on with settling cases and dispense justice without being compromised. It is time for the executive to speak, but speak with the power of exemplary behavior. Some will ask, why this message now? It's because time for us, time for Liberia is running out. Why am I doing this? Because I'm a leader and because I care for the good of the country. Silence makes us all culpable in wrongdoings.
I therefore urge you, my fellow citizens, to continue to be law-abiding and seek peaceful means to resolve differences. Embrace tolerance and dialogue. Let us love one another and come together as one people, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us remember the strength of our unity, the resilience of our democracy, and the hope that lies in the future of Liberia. As we welcome a new era, let us move forward hands in hand with a shared commitment to building a united nation that will continue to strive on observing the tenets of democracy and adhering to the rule of law. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless the Republic of Liberia. I therefore urge you, my fellow citizens, to continue to be law-abiding and seek peaceful means to resolve differences. Embrace tolerance and dialogue. Let us love one another and come together as one people, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us remember the strength of our unity, the resilience of our democracy, and the hope that lies in the future of Liberia. As we welcome a new era, let us move forward hands in hand with a shared commitment to building a united nation that will continue to strive on observing the tenets of democracy and adhering to the rule of law. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless the Republic of Liberia.
This is it. Thank you so very much that you joined us. We've got a couple of issues to talk about. Before we get to the acknowledgement, the King's Three Wise Men jackpot you want to play is on today,
and you want to play the Three Wise Men, a jackpot, start playing, continue to play, and play or wait. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch and play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. That's all you need to do. Play as many times and continue to play. If it continues from this morning, the jackpot, the Three Wise Men from Israel, but we are seeing show up to now. So it's just running through. So continue to play. Continue to play. Yeah, it's the same draw. You're going to get your money if you play and win. Play as many times as you can play. Play and you will win. It's the Three Wise Men jackpot. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch and play with just 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and you will have 10,000 Liberian dollars in your pocket. Today is the 5th of December. We've got just few days. Do you know that getting ready, purchasing or buying, getting everything set starts from the 5th, between the 5th and the 10th, between the 10th and the 15th. If you don't have any money, well, leave it. Just leave your own with God. The government, that is why you see nobody's worth talking. Between the 5th and the 15th, when nothing happens, parents' faces are frowned up, children are complaining, they're blasting. And at this point in time, the competition starts. They are looking at their friends, they are hearing. The little girl would say, "Oh, my mom finna buy my Christmas clothes. My pa say bringing my soccer today." And then the person, her sister or brother from the other side, she's speaking to, will start feeling some kind of way. So when that child goes home, that's the first thing she's going to put in the mother's face. Well, mama, you not buy my Christmas clothes? You tell your money to buy a Christmas clothes, but they not get money right now. The only way they can get money is that they play the Three Wise Men jackpot. Why are you waiting for government? Government not going to pay you. So you tell your man and tell your parents, tell your people, then let them play at the fastest way. When you play 2, 3 as many times as you can play with small money, call 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. And then all they need to do, I tell them, say, "Mama, Papa, Uncle Sam say, you must just take $200 or $1.50. Then you dial 799 star 100 hash. Then you let it go straight. You win. Then we'll get 10,000 Liberian dollars. That 10,000 Liberian dollars, Mama, it can buy me and my brother clothes for the Christmas. So you're telling, you play. Don't wait for government money. Or I'm telling your parents, you don't wait. You play. Between now and the second segment of the show, play as many times as you can play, and we will call many names out, and your name will be in that, and you have your 10,000 Liberian dollars. The time is hard, the country is tough, but yet King's cash giveaway, the wise the 3 wise men jackpot is available to you to win as many dollars as you can win, and it is 10,000 Liberian dollars. So let's get to the acknowledgement, and then we start to talk the issues we've got on our plate this afternoon. And Sam Tobe, you've come on from Minnesota, the United States. Good to have you on. My Manjabe Kamara from Abu Dhabi. Good to have you on. Yasa Sharif, you've come on. Josephus Manen, you're following from New York City. You said the city that never sleeps. Salawat Corsia from your usual comfort zone, Gatnersville, New Georgia Estate, voice of abandoned districts, Bond County. You are following from District 7, Bond County. Abel Gonoti, you've come on. You didn't say, but you said great show today. Yes, it is. It will be. Happy MG Play, you are following. No, but you said great job. Cornelia Stay, you've come on from your end. You said it's People's Choice from Caldwell, your residents. Mandia Southeastern sister is starting to remember of the show. Dwight from Minnesota, the United States of America. They call that place the Twin City. That's good. Harry Boy Johnson, you've come on from Caldwell. Francis M. Sharif, you are following from where you didn't say, but you said great job. Thank you. We are inspired by your presence. Abdullahi Dole from Zozo, Lofa County. Gabriel Ma, you've come on. Thank you ever so much. You said that you and your wife are following from your brother residence. Thanks for your service to the nation. Thank you so very much. Good to have your wife on the show. Please greet her on my behalf. CN Yaguize, this name. You're following from Providence Island. That's Rhode Island, the United States. Alfred and Nimnem, you've come on from Florida. Andrew Nam from Waterside, Virginia, Waterside Community. And Sambai Muhammad. Jackson C. Pony of Iron Factory, member of the Intellectual Center there called Block Titan. Thank you so much for coming on, along with your chairman, Romancio, Kenneth Bohr, as is widely known, David Williams. You come on from Colorado, the United States of America. Stephen Coker from Minnesota, the United States. Good to have you on. All of you, the names are running down. We just can't get all those names out because they are coming like sea flowing. We've got a couple of issues to talk about, but continue to play the King's 3 wise men jackpot. Dial star 799 hatch 100 star, play 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and you win for yourself for this Christmas season and beyond 10,000 Liberian dollars. All right, where do we start? We've got the issues to talk on a real note, not compromising anything. We've got to make this country better, and no better way to do it than to speak truth to what seemed to be not the reality at all. So what do we have on the plate? Well, something very simple. I say simple because it doesn't worth the action taken by the government. Now, this again will bring President Joseph Boakai into the picture, that it seems he isn't in charge fully. Because action like this, petty, too elementary, places a dent not only on the administration, but it leaves people with the atmosphere that we have to gradually get out because this thing is targeted. Now, it may not be your intent. You may not target anybody, But the way you go about doing certain things will give people that impression, or they will put on that suspicion that you're after them. Especially when it is too petty, too tiny. The EPS took an action, and the reason for the action, Stu, come on, man. Stu Elementary, what is happening in this country? But let me lay out the statement to you first, then we can put that in context, just to give you a hint. Yeah, what they released. They called it disciplinary action. They said the Executive Protection Service has taken swift, underlying that word swift, and decisive, underlying decisive too, swift and decisive action by suspending 4 of its officers indefinitely for engaging in unethical conduct, especially soliciting money from guests at the president's residence. It has come to the attention of the EPS administration that certain of its officers have developed the inappropriate habit of soliciting gratuities from individuals at the president's residence, the executive mansion grounds, and during national security events. Such actions are a gross violation of the principles and ethical standards expected of EPS officers who are sworn to uphold the law, and maintain the highest levels of professionalism and integrity as VIP protectors. The administration of the EPS wishes to make it unequivocally clear that it will not tolerate any form of misconduct within its ranks. Disciplinary measures, including dismissal, will be taken against any officer found engaging in such activities. These measures are necessary to maintain the trust and confidence of the public and the high standards of service that the EPS is committed to providing. Why the misconduct of a few tarnishes the reputation of the service? It is important to recognize the outstanding dedication and professionalism of the majority of EPS gallant men and women who serve with honor and diligence in fulfilling their duties. The EPS remains committed to taking all necessary steps to ensuring that its personnel adhere to the highest ethical standards, reinforcing the trust placed in the service by the government and the people of Liberia. The EPS urges the public to report any further incidents of misconduct to ensure transparency and accountability. Together, we can uphold the values of integrity and excellence that are the foundation of our work. Their document is signed by their boss, Sam Gay, the director, that 4 of these guys are suspended. To put this in context, here is it. 1, the timing wasn't appropriate. 2, the authorities itself in error. 3, there isn't a news year. Nothing here is unprecedented. Everyone is unethical, down to the very EPS boss. He may not have taken money. It's not known that he has taken money, but to reduce himself to this level. 4, he exposes the EPS instead of, because this issue is a mediocre one, you as a literate person, a security person, who is under obligation to also keep intact the reputation or integrity of the EPS away from the public, would stoop so low unethically to bring the EPS into public repute with the intent that he's ethical. But there's the irony. 5. These guys assume that it happened. These guys' action only demonstrates how they are not properly treated by the very authorities of the EPS. It tells you how vulnerable they are. They've not getting what they ought to. They've not been treated. If people are well paid, especially at that level, VIP security, and giving every benefit befitting them of VIP or protectors of the president, why would they resort to begging, handout? Nothing and nobody operate in a vacuum. Everything that happens for a reason. If it is accidental, there is a reason for that accident. If it is intentional, there is a reason or cause for that intentionality. To dismiss them, the 5th aspect is they are not going to go back. I think the EPS authority must have something and was looking for an opportunity. This does not require anything like indefinite suspension. What was and is needed in situation like this, when you notice that, you call them and you address that with a warning that it should not happen. It wasn't indicated. It's not indicated in the document that they did it the first, the second, they were warned, they did it the third, and they were warned again, and this time around, action needed to be taken. The EPS document only said they were taking money from guests at the president's residence. Another thing you have to know as part of this contextualization, people, government officials, and other people do this willingly. It's just like you in a restaurant or any place that you are at the service of the people, and at the close, when they are leaving or they finish, they give a tip. And sometimes they will leave the money and then they place the tip extra, or sometimes they just hand it to the person, or when they are leaving, they just act like they're shaking the person's hand and then they just give that thank you stuff. Those who arrange cars at various car parking stations, when the person is leaving, not owner, some giving their nature just to say thank you, just to show appreciation for the person's effort. And that is not a bribe. They'll do that. Government officials do that. We've seen it all over the place. Moreover, the EPS is corrupt to the core. The very people who are doing this, are they not taking money from people here and there? They can tell me that they are perfect in everything. Same gay cannot in any given way, except he doesn't have conscience, that he has not done anything unethical. To suspend these guys indefinitely, not even attaching a period. This is petty. It is not grave enough for indefinite suspension. You know, when you reach indefinite suspension, well, we have to look at the two in our administrations. Indefinite suspension just don't come because you have the ability to suspend. Indefinite suspension is the second to the last resort. An indefinite suspension places the person in a position of taking a reflection of himself. It puts him in a position that he will do a sober reflection. And at the close of the day, he makes amends. And when he gets back, you're going to see a full change. At that level, if it happens again, then it goes to that point called dismissal. But the first thing first, there is warning. There's the first warning, the second warning, the third warning. I don't think this ethical standard, the EPS or security service or services, are exempt from it. This is administrative, and the EPS is administrative. Organizationally, you want the first, the second, and then the third. Beyond the third, there is a written warning with a possible action. The first two verbal, the second written, telling you don't do this. This has come to the attention. You're explaining all of those. If there is a repetition, the second communication will move with an action, and that is suspension, and it is indicated, reminding you of the action, repetition, and the specific time you are suspended, you are off the job. It's indicated. Now, if that happens, it moves to indefinite suspension. From there, after indefinite suspension, if there is an occurrence, pam. You see, administration is it is not a rush thing. It's not emotional. Administration is also a refining process. When you are involved with decision making, it's also a refining process. Meaning, you as the leader, you will have to exercise patience. Patience is the ultimate goal in getting the kind of leader that you want people to see out of you. That's the first and foremost thing, patience. The second thing is you are under obligation to keep the morale and reputation or credibility of the institution intact. Not everything in your wisdom will go out. That is why institutions keep certain things within. Even it can be grave, but given the nature of it, they are careful it doesn't get into the public, because if it got into the public, the interpretation the public will give it will have some kind of bearing on the institution. There are too many stuff the leader is faced with. And so to just let these guys go indefinitely. And do you know, while we've been doing some research about this, so if it is indefinite, it's just to say you are dismissed. But I read a line today when this thing came up, and I don't think it has ever happened in Liberia. I don't think it's happening in most countries. But I read a line, indefinite suspension, that organization gave something like token to help them. Why? I don't know why they did that, but I think they felt that the indefinite is not a specific time, and they do not know what the person will be going through. So they just gave few dollars. You don't want to be seen as leader or institution taking action. The same thing I said about the police yesterday in this country, just arresting, parking, park car, park motorbike, park every other thing. Now, all of the depots and police stations, they are filled with cars, motorbikes, keke. Because in our country, instead of being discretionary, we showcase or put on that showmanship of authority. Every little thing, action should be taken. There are certain things you deal with inside, even if it is grave. That's what makes you the leader. There where you come in, there where your mentor come in, there where your intelligent quotient is actually needed. And it is not everything that you sound or act political. In this one, it's security. But people will impute political sentiment into it, and they are right. In organization, the leader, nobody is under obligation to exercise patience in everything with everybody there, keeping the reputation and credibility of the institution intact and creating a refining movement that people will change, then the leader. Do you also know that organization, part of the organization is for refining? You know why why God introduced the tribulation? The tribulation is not to get anybody killed or suffocated. That is the essence of the tribulation. To get it, to refine Israel and bring her out. And those who will be in the tribulation, it's purely for refinement and to bring them out and transform them. It's simply a transforming process. And that's how organization is. And if you look at people, you see some leaders, they do that. You hear the people that say, but that boss man, a patient man, the thing that happening in the place, that boss man, he can just look at it, the man can take a time to solve. Oh, that boss man, that boss lady, look at all that thing that man did. Look at the woman called the man in her office, and as she talked to the man. And the man, we can see that behavior in the man again. You know, that's what they're saying? That the person understands that part of leadership is not to just come with iron fist or being too authoritative. Part of the leader's responsibility is to refine, is to rehabilitate. Workplace it's also a rehabilitation center. Sometimes people do things, not necessarily deploying it from their house. Sometimes the situation overwhelms them. Too many stimuluses are working against us every day. And nobody is in a better position to know and tackle those stimuluses than the leader. That is why God said the leader should be slow to speak, quick to hear, and be analytical. That way, he or she will have solution. In this situation, those guys, the EPS is just finding a way to get rid of those guys. Then they say ethics, they use the word ethics and law. That is a complete funfair of the Executive Protection Service. Look at the unethical behavior all over the place. Look at how the laws of this country being breached, disrespected, discarded by the very government he in. Look at what is happening today, that the Supreme Court is confused. The full bench of the Supreme Court is in fear that if they don't breach the law as the president has already breached, they will not find themselves comfortable being here. So they're waiting, finding a way, trying to sort out things, and we'll get to that, to just willfully breach the law in favor of the majority, and then you hear some of them will leave this country. You will hear President Boaga will be nominating. That none of those that are coming. The Supreme Court, that the position they're in right now, they are in a state of dilemma. The laws have been broken all over the place. No standard again. Then you dismissing people. Already, 131 went to the U.S. Embassy, pleading with the U.S. Ambassador Mark Turner to intervene. These people were summarily dismissed. They got their families and other people. Besides that, these are people who were trained by the Liberian government. It doesn't matter what government they were in before now, they were trained by the state. Some of these people left on taxpayers' money to go in other countries to get advanced training, and you dismiss them all because you don't feel comfortable with them. You know what you have done, what you're doing to the country? Now you have added 4 to those 131. You know what you're doing to the country? It sets the basis of a crisis that these guys could take advantage of based on their experience. You know why America and the other countries, they don't just get rid of security people like that? It's because of this. They are experts. They are professionals. They can facilitate anything. What kind of security people around Mr. President and the other people around there who are not taking money all over the place? You dismiss the people, suspend them for what? That's something there. You want to reduce your government. It tells you that the guys, if the people are begging for money at President Joseph Yuma Boakai house, then it means that they are not properly supported. They are not properly catered to. They are being left vulnerable. Therefore, they have to feed on something for survival. You know what it means? To have EPS, if any institution should never ever lack support, should have everything. That's the EPS. Now, if EPS officers can be reduced to that level, then the president is vulnerable. Oh, yes, Sam Gesa, he's security man. If EPS officers, that's why I say it's too mediocre to come out, too mechanical. That an EPS officer will come off with this. Sam Gay stay in America for all those years. Let Sam Gay tell this country, and even in America, that EPS officer or presidential guy took money and the people came out publicly to disgrace them. You're not disgracing those 4 guys, or you did not disgrace them. You disgrace your own government. You disgrace your own president. You brought him to shame. It means that the EPS guy are not being supported. Moreover, what it says to everybody is the president is vulnerable, because if people who are protecting him can beg guests for money, it means that anybody can use them against the president. Anybody. That's what it means. It means the president is vulnerable. Same gay, man. Anyway, they attitude or old friendship thing, yeah, it can mess things up sometimes, because I have Waka doing it. Once you stay together for a very long time, 10, 15, 20, 40, 50 years, you with a friend, he brings you on. That old friends government here, old friends, long time friends, kingship government. Let me reduce. It's a shame to bring that out. Nothing you're going to score from this. No political capital you're going to score from this. It just shows nothingness. You reduce the very essence of the EPS. You got 131 EPS grumbling. You don't know those people in 10. And then you added 4 there. The next thing going to happen is the rest of the guys going to be defecting from the EPS gradually. And the EPS will not have the number. And when you have all of these security people leaving and getting into various societies, you can never tell. Listen, we are on a time bomb. Only God is protecting this country. Only God. Look all around. Look at you, the police people, Greg Common people. Everywhere you pass, you have to give them money. Look at the police people, their uniform, dirty. Look at the shoes they're wearing. Just like when speedboat laying on the side. Just like when car is bending a curve with speed. The shoe all eat up. The uniform on them turn white. If they don't beg, they will not have money. So they created checkpoints everywhere in the city and on the fringe of the city. Once you reach to a checkpoint, just put your 50 Liberty or $100 in your hand and just put your hand outside. Whether you're bringing gun in the country, whether you're bringing any kind of weapon, relax yourself. Once that $100 goes in that officer hand, police officer, he happy. What kind of security people not taking money? Those in the office. Those in the office, the top brass, who crossing all of the shady deeds. Oh, for them, they are white collars. The white collar deal, they are crossing. So when something happens, then they say embezzle. But the man down that line, they can say stealing. That's the same thing. Sam Gay is acting like he knows the team very well, but he's making Bwaka vulnerable. That's the last thing you ever want to do as EPS director. You're dismissing all over the place and suspending. I think it's one of the greatest achievements of this government since they came in, because the only thing we hear on a daily basis, dismiss, suspension, dismiss, suspension, dismiss, suspension. You take that into the security and you expose the security. It will not be a surprise to us if one day we hear that the military dismissed several personnel who does not have unethical conduct. We agree. We agree that it is wrong. So let's use your word, Sam Gay. It's unethical. It's unlawful. But isn't it unethical and unlawful if you don't give the needed support that will prevent that? It's also unethical. So you also being unethical. You don't want the people to receive bribe. You don't want them to receive handout. You don't want them to receive any tip. But you're not doing anything. They will not take handout because they are cursed for handout. No, they aren't cursed. They receive handout or they take money because things not working for them. They stay with that motorcade from morning to night. I am told that when they're changing shift, they go home. The ones that can get in the EPS car, they drop them. So you should be telling us that these guys did this. But this is how they are supported. This thing you read are just long. Anyway, the post librarian noted for writing real good and no sense. You write this thing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 paragraphs. 8 paragraphs repeating the same thing. The whole communication is repetition. You're just saying the same thing over and over. You're really good if you all have it. The same thing. You're not saying that Bwaka is not actually supporting, not really going to the EPS. Now all you're saying, it's a shame. You can bring this out. It's too petty. That's the last thing you all want to do as EPS director. You stay in the United States. According to you, you were at the peak of the people's security. Did you ever see whatever the administration coming public and announcing the indefinite suspension of certain officers because they received tip or they gave into receiving tips? Say the people took money, graduated. Is it graduated? What it is it? It has come to our attention of the EPS administration that certain of its officers have developed the inappropriate habit of soliciting gratuities from individuals at the president's residence. Now watch it. Watch the expression. It has come to the attention. He didn't say we investigated, because that's how you want to convince your listeners. You will have to be specific. because they were every communication leaves or goes with questions. I said, I come to your attention, but did they investigate? Because coming to attention is not the same as investigation. If you said we received complaints or information and investigated, and the investigation found out truly that these guys solicited or took money, then your listeners or readers will not have much to ponder their head on. But if you said it has come to our attention, it has come to the attention of the EPS administration, did you investigate? Or you took the decision on hearsay or gossip? Because right now, people, do you know, I think a couple of days, I heard that somebody at the Ministry of Commerce, it was last night. We heard that in a very close area within the government cycle. The fellow is at the Ministry of Commerce, and the fellow supports CDC. And what came out, I think I am told that he's in one of the minister's office. Now, some of the people know that he is a seditious. So what is happening is they're not taking him from there, but they are marginalizing him in every way. So it's like you go to the office, the people who should be dealing with you, relating to you, they're not working with you. They're not giving you that cooperation or attention. Everybody now in various ministries, not only are they running propaganda against their colleagues, but they are purporting as unity party. As people, so they speaking unity party language. You say anything funny about the administration, you see them screaming and shouting and yelling so that the boss will hear it and get to know that that person is a unity party. So everybody pretending, everybody somewhere, somehow faking. So those who are in this government and are seditious, you know how they are working in this government? They are hiding their identity. They are working in insecurity. That means because they want to get they don't want to lose their job, so they prefer to just go within themselves, mute themselves on any and everything, so that somebody doesn't capitalize. So it's like they're just there at the whims and caprice of the people because they don't want to lose their job. That's how it is in most of these ministries. The propaganda all over. It's in various ministries and agencies. It's in the security. It is in the military. It's all over. That is the kind of atmosphere that Unity Party has created. I am not convinced that these 4 guys will get back into the EPS. I think it was targeted. It was premeditated. They were only looking for opportunity and time to get it out, disgrace them. Why they did not? I think they needed to put the name that you already said the people solicit their money. You write this long stuff, this trash. So why didn't you include the name? Probably they forgot because they often include names. You should have put the name there because you already disgraced the people where you holding. They think what you said the boat took money. So let us know the people who often took money. But it's not about the people. It's about the ineptitude of the leadership of the EPS. 1, 2, that the president is, or EPS is not actually supporting these people. The support is not forthcoming. 3, Mr. President is vulnerable. That's what Sam Gay is telling us. And he thinks that he has done something good. He write his sign. It means that if people can take money, they're taking money. He did not say outside though. At least if it is from other areas, then you say, yeah, people will just talk about A, just put 1 or 2 sentiments into A and be finished. But he said in his communication, the president's residence, if the EPS guys will reach to the point that they will take money, or government officials and other people give them money, they receive it at the president's residence, then it means that they're not getting the support. All of those who are walking around the president or minding the president's house and minding the president, nothing going to them. They got families too. They have families. So it means that that whole president era is dry, a desert land. That's what it implies. Okay. That will be doing it for that. So the U.S. rate is climbing, it's going to 183. But they say the finance minister said they put everything in place now. It's dropping. Central bank people, the tight live on something. I can't really see the coordination, how the government is working. You can see that how do you call it? There is no synchronization of the flow of information. The finance ministry will say one thing on the central bank is muted because they're not too sure the way it's going. The other person will say, okay, yeah, we're doing this. Yeah. Last night, it was last night, EB was talking about the petroleum product. They will release some kind of statement. They say they reduce it, but nothing. The transport ministry came out with, they say, the regulation, transportation fares. But what's happening in the sector, in the transport sector? The drivers are still complaining. They stay insisting on the same money. And what do you hear them say as the reason for that? They say, well, your gas price going up, going down where? The people say we stay buying it the same way. The people just make public announcement, but it has not trickled down. There's one thing making public announcement. There's another thing of experiencing the trickle-down effect and ensuring that it takes effect. And that is where the monitoring or enforcement aspect comes in. Releasing transport fare and you have nothing in place, it makes no sense. You announce that you reduce petroleum products, but it is still high. All of the factors that exist, you try not to get rid of those, but you just make political announcement. Things are just going upside down. The professionals can't really handle the situation. How can transport ministry release transport guideline or transport fare? Government don't have its own bosses, taxes. Government has nothing of its own. You know what people do? Government is the alternative. Government is the alternative. It is not announcing when you don't have alternative. It wouldn't make any sense. That your announcement will go, but nothing will change practically. Nothing. You regulated the motorbikes and the keke. But what happened? People will walk from one end to another. At first, it was easy, but now it's difficult. Putting in a mechanism or a restriction and not having alternative, because every decision goes with alternative. There's always an alternative. That alternative is the solution to the problem. So we announced, we decided to do a cut down in the fare or regulate the various destinations. To get that into full effect, government has several bosses, and yes, and Texas government can have it. Government can bring in some companies. Government can even purchase. There are too many things government can do. Because if you don't have anything at all, no alternative, there isn't any decision, or whatever the decision you will take, it will be just a mere announcement. It will have no effect, and that's what we see every day. You came up with a transport fare, but no alternative. The cars on the road are few. You won't get nothing there to compete with the people. You won't get anything, no option. That if the people refusing to abide by the government regulation, they will go and get into government's car, get on government buses, because that's how it is done. When the people are not riding, when they are moving to the alternative, the reasonable alternative, the people now who insisting that they can comply with the regulation, they will be compelled to comply because they will not have passengers going, and the essence of business is not only to get the capital but to maximize profit. So if customers are not going, if passengers, they are not getting passengers, what happened? They will be compelled to go by government's regulation. That is why the government will always have a solution, a practical solution in place before they make announcement. Ironically, in Liberia, they make the announcement and no practical solution or alternative. You see how it is. Interesting country. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Continue to play the King's Three Wise Men jackpot. Play and win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars. It continues from Israel's show this morning. Continue to play. Don't worry. If you play this morning, you will stay. Hear your name. If you play and continue to play, it's the same. You will stay. Hear your name if you won. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch and play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and you will win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars. Let's get to you now, but let's review of the comments. Then we take few calls and move to another thing we've got on our plate this afternoon. If nothing, then we'll move to the call. All right. So let's go to you now. Have your say. 0772 239933 0886 30 44 97. The women's line. Don't call the women's line, or don't call that line. It's only for the women. Their line is 0777 980375. Those of you who are following, it's on the screen. Just look on your screen and you will see all of the numbers. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, brother. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
My name is Shadrach P. Davis, and I'm calling from Magili to be specific, Boston.
Let's hear you, Shadrach.
I want to say thank you very much for the topic of discussion. Now, I don't understand what the government is doing. Now you are telling people you want to bring prices of the drivers, the fare down. The first thing you understand, guys, is not the driver buy. Go and tackle those that bring the spare part. Get the price of the spare part, bring everything down, then you get the gas.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if everything is not done, how you expect I'll make gas for you can't carry somewhere? You know what tire? I'm not what tire is $35 US for one tire. One tire, second tire is $35 US. So if you tell me when the gas, even if the guy is 500, it would not even solve my problem. Is that when the guy using the car? So if you have that, you know what to do, so that everything will go in line. But they're not ready. No, we told these people that they would not do anything better, but put you alive.
Okay, Chief.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Hello. 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 You are on. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. My name is Hussein Kew. I call you from Jacobstown. I listen to you, and I try to play a listening role, but I'm a bit constrained to call and provide some clarity. You know, I listen to you trying to cut some suspicious for the EPS officers, the full officer that was suspended. Let me share this experience with you and exactly what came out of the release. The last time in some part of November, I was at the president home, privileged to have met the president. After a few of us were leaving the fence, we saw the interactions we have with some EPS officers. Exactly what they really said. You know, sometimes when you go around, those guys will want to get some funding from you in order to tell you that, oh, you have to do so and so, these are the formalities. We had that kind of interaction with them. So it is of no error that the EPL suspend some of the. I even asked some of my colleagues, but why do guys are behaving like that? At the president whom you want to take money from people? I think that was bad. That was very unethical. So when the release came out, I said, oh, that's good on the part of the EPS. So maybe you have not had that experience. I've had that experience. So exactly what the EPS did, I think it was timely. It was called for. You have some unprofessional guys in different sectors. You understand? The entire EPS would not have those kind of people, but there will be some unprofessional guys sitting somewhere.
All right, Hussein, but hold on now. Do you know that what you've said just invalidated the EPS boards, a contradiction? If your argument has substance, why did those guys, whom, though they did not name them as government officials, was it right? Do they not know that it is wrong to give money? So why did they rather? So everybody who initiates, do you know the person who initiates is the main culprit?
Yes. So Sam, yes, right. What you're saying, I'm not going to have a counter argument, but I just try to, enlighten you with my experience that I had at the time when we went at the president home. So
what do you think is the reason for that? What do you think is the reason that those guys will stoop so low requesting for money?
Sam, in every sector, you will have people like that. Even at the Ministry of Information, I've had some interaction of such. I'm saying this because my interaction with people.
Should that happen? Should that happen at the president's residence?
It is completely wrong. But this is what I'm saying to you. You will have bad people in every sector. That is why I want you to understand. So you have some people in every sector.
So the people were trained. They were trained as bad people. The government trained them as bad people, or they trained them as security people.
They were not trained as bad people, but
you don't want to admit that. You don't want to admit that the support wasn't forthcoming to them, or they are not getting the kind of support they need, so that they will do what they did.
Sam, they are getting every support from the government in terms of their salary, allowances, and every other thing. But you just need to understand that bad people in every sector. You need to understand that.
All right, thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Hello. 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 Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. My name is Ali Padikoma.
Let's hear you.
Thank you. Let me just say to you the afternoon for analysis. You see, people, and my brother get lesson now everywhere in the study. You get people that even giving them 10,000. If they have to learn how let's do people take it to 10,000. See what? You stay corrupting the system. No corruption for a country. So it's not because the people not taking salary or because they're not getting that benefit. I'm making it a big corruption for even people doing it. Tell me about jackpot because
All right,
Because
Chief.
you my friend with your man, you find you see gas of 590, 580, 300. The government come with press. So, oh, yes, dollar, you're paying $100. The we would have partner, let me say this. President Joseph Baka will not get on Thursday anyway.
Okay,
President
Chief.
Joseph Baka will not get on board anyway. So, when
Thank you.
President Baka said, no go and review gas, I mean, transportation first. For my students in service. And then we don't want to baba. We are doing it for ourselves. We are not doing it for you.
Thank you, sir. Hello. Hello.
Good
Hello.
evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Mohammed Kamara call for United Arab Emirates.
Yeah. Let's hear you, Kamara. You are on the air. Speak.
Yes, you know, people saying you police the right ways. You know, my brother Hussein's not know what to defend. We all will kill my Hussein. He should display to the people of Hong Kong. He should be displayed to the people of Hong Kong by defending the kind of a regular way of behaving. If the security were getting full support to where the stand is, do you think they will get mind to beg somebody for chicken? But because they are not taking salary. They are not taking salary, and then they're defending. Do you know the implication of their dismissing security? You are dismissing the first set of people. They stay angry. Then you come and you dismiss another people. Then Hussein, they're defending their kind of a regular way of behaving. Why would you behave like this? Or because they are not related to you? So because today you set it far, so they are not setting far, so you're happy because they are not setting far. Why would you let to defend one thing like this? If the people were getting what they need, would they beg people for money? Would they beg people for money? They are hungry. Even if they beg money, okay, yeah, they say, why can't you advance now? Oh, don't do this again. Will you go and suspend or dismiss them? Why when something not against you, you always happy when against other people? Why would you have anything like that? Why can't we speak the truth? Why can't we speak the truth?
All right, Kamara.
That would be stopping now. Who says so, Joe? But then you stop it, man. Then you stop it.
Thank you.
You stop it. I always monitor your activity online. Then you stop it. You stop it. You need to stop it.
Okay, Kamara.
Don't mind because the British United Party today enjoying so everybody enjoying, sir. Or you benefiting so everybody benefiting, sir.
Thank you, Kamara. Thank you. Let's make way for the other people. Thank you. From hope that you're having a nice day in the United Arab Emirates. Hello? Hello.
Good evening, Andrew.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, this is my water people defender.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, since I want to thank you for the topic. You know everything that this government doing, they did it to a citizen. But they are setting trap for themselves. Say Andrew, although when anything happens in the country, the citizen can suffer. But the international community people that were making a whole lot of reckless statements, especially the American embassy, that were making reckless statements against the power government, everything that the government doing. The embassy right, they seen it. They seen what happening. Everything that happening in this country, the embassy seen it. What time the embassy ever come out to make any statement? But when they are going to the bathroom, they get statement to me. When senators are going to the toilet, they get statement to me. All the wicked they put to it.
All right.
They're not giving any statement.
Thank you. Let's make way for the next person. Hello.
Hello, Kings FM.
Yes, this is Kings FM 88.5.
Oh, the name of the golden voice. Hi, this is Miss Williams from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
I said
Clady
okay.
Williams, right?
You have to start calling my name. Okay.
Let's hear you. It's good to hear you from the United States.
It's Andrew. I'm not too much in favor of the JNP government. I'm always talking against it. But be frank though, I will say this. As a law enforcement officer guarding the home of president of your country, that's a line right there. You do not In fact, when people they say if you get near to a presidential home, when you see the face of the officer or army person that's standing there, you're not even want to even say hi. You do not. You do not cross that line regardless of what. You do not bring yourself that low. I feel what they did was wrong, but I wish that Mr. Gay, who has sustained them, or reassign them to a different post. That's it. But to take away people's job in things right now, it's like, yeah, thank you. Take them and send them to another post. And try to change those officers that are on the road are always begging for money. Put them there for 2 weeks, change us. Let some of them go to another place or stay at the police station. And your place moon a liquor store from near the police station. They get drunk so much that when they get on the street, they beg and some of them their clothes look that they never clean it for years. Please, that's why they don't have no respect. I beg you, Mr. Police Director or Mr. Gay. That's all I have to say. But for what they did, it was wrong. Thank you.
Have you people? Yeah, I know. Have you people? Do you people experience such in the United States? You experience such thing like this?
No. My brother, when you see a police officer, you see the blue light behind you. You want to be in your clothes, the first thing. The first thing they tell you, put your hands are on the steering. You can't move it. I said you would not even twist. Those people are fearful. Your life is in their hands. They will tell you to not move, to not your keys. They say your license. You will tell them, say, my license is in the golf compartment. Can I take it out? They will say yes while their hands gone, holding it, and they're looking at you.
Okay.
And they're videotaping, because they're videotaping you looking.
Okay.
So we do not play when we get in Liberia. That we show off things we can't do yet. I beg you, my brother, please. This country, before you say Jack, you all of that car, you know how you on the floor.
Okay, cool there.
And we don't do that.
All right, cool there. Thank you so much. Thank you for having your say.
Thank you so
on the
much.
show.
Thank you, Mr. K. I beg you, just please bring them or send them to another place, please.
All right.
Please do.
Thank you for having your say on the show from the United States. Hello.
Yes, sir, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you call from?
Mr. Andrew, this is T-Way, and I join you from here to here, right here to this facility. I want to say thank you this afternoon for a great educative discussion. I know people say that they were experienced and this governor going to be a governor experience. So, Mr. Andrew, sometimes we tend to ask ourselves, where is this experience? Hello?
We're listening to you.
Yeah, where is the experience that our EPS here will come to the public telling us that EPS guys are, suffering and they are taking money. Even if that happens, there was no other platform that it should be addressed, that it should come to the public. But there is one thing that this government has engaged us into doing it, and we see everybody the last time called and spoke about the finance minister doing the same thing. Everyone want to propagandize governance, and you can't run government by propaganda. No, the people are looking at the optics and they are making a mistake. It's an error.
All
Do
right,
things for what the public will see and say about your government, and there where they're making a mistake. Now you just compromise the whole presidency. If I was the boss and the president, saying they would be taking an essay because he had just preached security. He is the one who preaches security.
All right.
He should be sacked.
Thank you. Hello.
Good afternoon, my dear brother Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is the voice of Idrissa, and I phoned in for my brother resident. Yeah, Sam, I want to say thanks a lot for the fantabulous conversation. Yeah, Sam, they're just a Satan for our nation. Am I right?
If you weren't on the air, I wouldn't listen to you. You are on. You on the air. Everybody listening to you.
Yes, Sam, that's a sad time for our country, Sam. This Idrissa. You know, if only you have a half-educated president, yeah, now when you escape the nation, the woman is half-educated. And I think this is a disaster and calamity we are running into for the remaining 5 years.
Thank you. All right. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you call from?
Yeah. My name is Terry Terry. I'm coming from Badoville. Sam, thank you for the topic. You know, my brother, the only thing I can say is that the 4 security officers are just ready on news just now. The 4 officers that they suspended, my brother, it was just to set up something because they need it in the service. So they passed through somebody just to set the men up. Let me tell you how it works. For me, I was once an officer before. If you send me there, comes every day, I serve you from January to December. If you look at me for our working relationship, those are there to protect you. Oh.
What happened? You went off. Hey, it was okay. You went off, Chief. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
This is Xavier Walikama. I do join you from Bentonville.
Let's hear you.
Okay. This is what I want to say. You know, Liberia people take things for jokes. That voice getting taught. In a sense, you cannot make
You, what's happening? You went off too, my man. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Frederick Castle. I come from another street line in Lower Johnsonville. Thank you very much for the fascinating discussion. You know, Mr. Sam Andrew, we have said it time with our number that Joseph Walker government is a complete calamity and disaster for the Liberian people. We're in a war, in a civilized and educated society, and where people will work at the end of the month, the government refuses to pay them. When they go to and they agitate for their salary, then you dismiss them arbitrarily. You know, these are things that happened yesterday in those administration that escalated into the civil crisis, and that's what Joseph Walker is bringing. And these are the people that started yesterday and criticized Weah and his cabinet. You know, today they are performing dismally. In fact, when you look at the entire Liberian society under Joseph Walker, every sector is just rotting. Nothing at all is going on. People are frustrated.
Right,
people work.
Thank
nothing.
you.
Internationally, the government is disconnected. If somebody wants
Thank you.
to...
Hello.
Sam?
Good afternoon. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, Sam, I'll drop on the land. This is Idrissa Sombai. Yeah. Sam, you know, we have our own land. I told you when you have a riff-raff politician who is half educated.
But you going off again, oh? Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, your name.
Yeah, this is Xavier, and I do join you from Bentonville community.
Let's hear you. Let's hear you.
Okay. One of the main thing I want people to understand is that we should know how much the EPS are making. This one second, I had my brother that was dismissed as well. This one EPS, they are raising the life of the president because you cannot just have one man who will have understood. We have known that he is a DEA personnel. It's not a protector. First of all, check the man's background before you put him in a position. But EPS cannot be making 250, 300, or even making 500 after cutting all of the taxes. Then they carry 250, maybe $10,000 home. What would that man? How would that man home be certified? The officer can only be certified to not hold draft when they are receiving the proper money that is supposed to receive. When they are settling them, the way they're supposed to settle them, but they are not. The EPS, they are disgracing, they are gracing the country every day. But let me tell you this for free.
All right, Chief.
The the American ambassador, you see that they have gone to, that's the stopping point. If the lawmakers cannot come into this, they don't want the NSA cannot come into this. They have security advisors. Oh, I don't know who are those security advisors to the president. Because one man cannot create problems for everybody who they know to be a DA personnel instead of protector, then they keep keeping him and his death creating problems. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. You did extremely well. Everyone, you did extremely for spicing up the first live. Continue to play the Three Wise Men jackpot. I think as many times as you can play, as many times you win. Dial star 799 star 100 hash. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 and 10,000. Let's see. I think we have a person. Let's call this person to find her. Let's call this number. They should be a very, 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 very good day for this number. Continue to play. Dial star 799 star 100. Oh.
Yellow valued subscriber, please be informed that the number you're calling has not answered.
We will call again 3 times. Let's try it again. Who knows? This time around, the person could answer. As many times as you play, you're going to win. It's as easy. It's the easiest, shortest, quickest way to get money in your pocket. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and then 10,000 United States dollars, Liberian dollars in your pocket. The number not going through. Let's try again 3 times. If not, then we move on. But as many times as you play, you're going to win. The season all, and don't say the people will play, they won't get our money, we win, they won't get our money. When you play, you keep your phone on. Hello? Good afternoon. This is Sam Andrews calling you from Kings 88.5. What is your name?
Musu Kamara.
Your name is Musu Kamara.
Yeah.
Where do you live, Musu?
Two community.
Did you play the King's Cash giveaway?
Yeah.
When did you play?
Just now.
You played just now?
Yeah.
How did you play?
Star 799 star 100 hash.
You showed that area, Musu?
Yeah, star.
Okay. Is this?
Star 799 star 100 hash.
All right. There's your number. Is it on mobile money? That your mobile money number, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you've won for yourself 10,000, the jackpot. But what we're going to do is we're going to call you back to confirm. Yeah?
Okay.
All right. So keep your phone on. Don't put the phone off.
Yeah, I listen to the video, but my phone charge. I just hear you call 2 times. I go onto my phone. I say, I'm going to see maybe like me.
Okay. All right, Musu. Just keep the phone on. I will call you back. I come and call you in few seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So play as many times as you can play the 3 wise men jackpot, and Who knows? You're going to win your 10,000 Liberian dollars. Let's do it as quickly as we can. Then we get to the next segment of the show. It's one of the hottest issues we've got. It's one of the hottest issues we're going to talk about in the next few minutes. Relax yourself. This country is it's gone haywire. It's gone haywire. Everything upside down. It seems the leaders are confused or just don't know what to do. Yeah. So things aren't moving as they had envisaged. Yes, it's not easy. Okay. Yeah, too many things happen behind the scene before you please. So there where we are. Those guys are suspended, and we expect a reaction from them. Like Kuda said, they should have reassigned it. Assume that those guys did that. Let's, for the argument's sake, take it as they did that. So you want to reassign. You want to keep it quiet because it's not a grave issue. It's not too grave that you bring it out to the public. You want to address it internally, and if it means reassigning them or taking an action that will not go public, you can tell them that they are suspended for or off the job for 3 or 4 days because of XYZ. I don't think they themselves will bring it to the public. They will accept, because you know why? The penalty is not that strong. It's not that severe, and it is internal. So they too will keep it as it is. But to bring it out publicly, announced, put it into the public consumption, not knowing that it's against your very government, that you've brought out the vulnerability of the president's security. These things should not be coming out from security sector. If ever the public should hear something from the security sector, let it be of magnitude that the public will say, oh yes, they were right to take this action. Oh yes, they couldn't have done it any better. It's not every time. What kind of country? Everything in the press, everything in the media, every little thing. The security sector is politicized, is polarized, is vulnerable, is fragile. Every sector of this country, everything just gone haywire. Just showmanship. People just fighting. Wants to be seen or heard by the public as being close to Baka, having connection with Baka, running the government, all kinds of stuff. They're just frolicking. If you know what the Englishman refers to as frolicking, it simply means playing. You're joking. Nothing serious about you. If anybody look at you and say you're just frolicking, they're telling you that you have 5 senses, but you have not positioned yourself. You're playing until you can come to your 5 senses, until you can show seriousness. They're not going to take you serious. No, not at all. Not everything. Every day, the security sector in problem. Yes, every day, security sector in the media. Every day. And they're not in the media for anything good, but for the wrong, the bad reason. Bad. Shame. Yeah. Bad reason. Let's go to the next phase of the show, and then we get out. Yeah. Let's move to the next phase. Time is of the essence. Let's move to the next phase. But continue to play the 3 Wise Men jackpot. Continue to play. It's on till the evening hours. Those of you who play on Israel show, your name going to be called. Continue to play. It runs in to the show and beyond until we can get everything sorted out. So don't worry, play. Let's try to get back to Musu. Musu says she had a radio. Musu, don't worry. You miss out again. You put your phone somewhere else. All right. So let's move to something else. Then we are out. So the country is waiting. The country is waiting. The country is waiting patiently. The country is waiting patiently. But as I have said over the days, and still saying, the misunderstanding at the House of Representatives, not a major one. It's not magnitudinal for a long period. It's not anything cumbersome or very difficult for those renowned, erudite lawyers, those great legal luminaries. There's nothing so difficult for them that they cannot read into, that it would take them several days. No. It is as easy and simple to rule on, but they find themselves in a squeeze situation. They are in a state of dilemma. They are between the rock and the hard place. And this thing has to be sorted out. It has to be sorted out. It can drag on. There is nothing forensic about it. If there is anything forensic from a legal perspective, they have done it. The Chief Justice and Associate Justices, because that's the full bench of the Supreme Court. They have done the legal forensic inquiry or inquest into that. It is not anything impossible or very difficult that they will need week or two. It is because they've been cornered, they've confused, they're trying to find a way out. They know that a Fonati Kofa hands a case, and the case is the law, and the law supports Fonati Kofa. But it has shifted from Fonati Kofa now to the burden of proving to the public whether the law is the law in this country or it's about men. So over the days, have you heard people talking on Fonati? Today, he went at the House of Representatives. He went to office, the majority bloc. The majority bloc, not much. Hey, yeah, radio. Okay, so let me call back. Let me call Musu to confirm once she receive her late thing that Christmas time. Let me call. I beg you, please exercise the patience. Let me call Musu. Yeah. Hey, Musu.
Yeah.
Well, you can wait. You can wait. Say the phone just ring one time. You answer. That's not right there. You are manning the phone.
I'm manning it. You know what I've been playing?
The money been that easy. Okay, Muzu, man. Thank you ever so much, man. You did well. You won for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars.
Thank you very much.
So what the radio station wants you to do is to check your account, and I will call you back to confirm whether you there. I mean, you have it, but it's in your account. I will call you back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, check your account. Please check the money gone.
Okay.
All right, Muzu. So they are in a squeeze position. They've been cornered. They're confused. I am convinced that is the reason for the delay, that today the country don't know where we are, which way it's going to go. Whether it was go fanatical way or the way of the majority bloc, whatever it is, there is confusion, there's uneasiness. The court is in an embarrassing situation. That is my understanding of the atmosphere. Because the law is clear. The law isn't cumbersome on this speaker removal. The law is clear. It says just get to tear, give due process, he recuses himself, and then he's heard. Let him put forth his defense. And beyond that, if he's guilty of all those counts, he's removed. And the man himself will make it clear that once the required constitutional number is achieved and the stage is set for hearing, he's ready to recuse himself and then leave. The other side said, no, it can be. We already removed the man. So you see now, that way it is embarrassing for the Supreme Court, because one group has a political backing, and all of us know that. The executive recognized the majority bloc. President Boakai approved the going there of some of his ministers and directors. They will do business with them. So with the backing of the executive, political, and imperial power, though the law is clear, it is on the side of Fonatikofa, the Supreme Court is confused. The full bench is confused. That is the reason for the delay. Even the unborn child knows that the law is clear and simple. Telephone the unborn child, he or she will tell you that the people wrong Fonatikofa, if they want moving, let them follow what the law say. Least to talk about average-minded and educated people. So you want to ask yourself, what is really happening? Why can this ruling or legal determination be released? What is it that the Supreme Court is waiting for? What do they need? What is difficult in there that they still need judicial consultation or investigation? How difficult is that situation that they cannot handle? What is happening? Everything is at a standstill. Everything in this country from governance perspective is at a standstill. The international community is watching to see how this thing ends, which way it is going to go. The president had always said that he's going to lead by example. One of the hallmarks of his administration will be upholding and protecting the rule of law, ensuring sanity within governance, that he will do everything by example. He's on record for boasting, living within the ambit of the law. He's in the gallery of every radio or most of the radio stations. Everything that he said prior to coming in. And that was culminated in January, taking the oath when he said to uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. So help me God. The country is at the crossroad. The guys in the majority bloc are excited. They know that it is going to work in their favor. And revelations continue to come out about money. Why it is true that we do not have the absolute fact, and it is normal to feed on things like this from people who are close, who are involved with this kind of situation. And it is taken from a media perspective as what the person said, but you can rule out and condemn the person as a liar. What he's saying is not true. Revelations continue to come out. Today, the man who had been talking about this money business, he's on record for revealing that a plan, a coup was in place to remove the speaker. And it was just a matter of time before the executive got started with it. And we saw that coming to pass. And he gave revelations beyond that that we saw coming to pass. He talked about the money that was being infused or given to some members of the majority bloc. Now, he's still revealing. Today, he gave this revelation again.
This to Joseph Boakai and Jeremiah Kuhn to stop harassing the court. The judiciary system is another separate branch of government. Let them have the free will to rule in favor of the Liberian people, not in favor of an individual. They are using the Liberian people resources to influence people. They are threatening people from our information, telling people how we'll make it Chief Justice. Shall your time coming to finish? Promising the people, according to my information, all kind of things, including money. Justice is to be served to the people of this country. The Supreme Court is where people will have to go to seek redress. This case will determine what happened in 2029. This case will determine the fate of the opposition 2029. Joseph Boakai, Jeremiah Kuhn, Prince Moe, you please give the court chance to do the work. The port managing director went to his office 4 o'clock yesterday and left from there 7 o'clock. Took away from his office $900,000 as stamped by my statement I cannot reverse it. And this money was intended to suppress justice. This money was intended to influence justice. I think the court should have the free way to rule the way they want to rule in the interests of the country. To strengthen the rule of law of this country, the rule of law needs to be respected. We want Joseph Boakai and the executive to stop using money to buy justice. But we still believe in the Supreme Court. When we get the information, we need to come up to the public and let the public know that this is what happening. And I challenge the port manager. We got money in the country that's supposed to be used for the people of this country, not to be used to influence justice, not to be used to bend justice. Where there's no justice, there will always be violence. Where there's no justice, there will always be war. Do we want war? No. That is why the court should be independent enough. For us, we are not independent. I want you to ask the port manager. He and myself rode on the same plane when I came from Ghana recently. We were to the airport in Ghana and we talk. The reason why we lawmakers can always take side with the port is because we get our list. We send to the manager, please implore this question. Like, if that also depends on Boakai and Jeremiah Kun to stop harassing the court. The judiciary system is another separate branch of government. Let them have the free will to rule in favor of the Liberian people, not in favor of an individual. They are using the Liberian resources to influence people. They are threatening people from my information, telling people how we'll make it Chief Justice. Shall then your time coming to finish? Promising the people, according to my information, all kind of things, including money. Justice is to be served to the people of this country. The Supreme Court is where people will have to go to seek redress. This case will determine what happened in 2029. This case will determine the fate of the opposition 2029. Joseph Boakai, Jeremiah Kun, Prince Moy, you please give the court chance to do the work. The port managing director went to his office 4 o'clock yesterday and left from there 7 o'clock. Took away from his office 900,000 US as stamped by my statement. I cannot revise it. And this money was intended to suppress justice. This money was intended to influence justice. I think the court should have the free way to rule the way they want to rule in the interests of the country. To strengthen the rule of law of this country, the rule of law needs to be respected. We want Joseph Boakai and the executive to stop using money to buy justice. But we still believe in the Supreme Court. When we get the information, we need to come up to the public and let the public know that this is what happening. And I challenge the port manager. We got money in the country that's supposed to be used for the people of this country, not to be used to influence justice, not to be used to bend justice. Where there's no justice, there will always be violence. Where there's no justice, there will always be war. Do we want war? No. That is why the court should be independent enough. For us, we are not independent. I want you to ask the port manager. He and myself rode on the same plane when I came from Ghana recently. We were to the airport in Ghana and we talk. The reason why we lawmakers can always take side with the port is because we get our list. We send to the manager, please implore this question. Like, if that us are depending on all of us working with the ministry and agency, because we send our people there to be employed. So if your hand is in the cookie jar, how do you talk? You see why we're not in your interest? Because we all are facilitators. We all are criminals.
Representative Yeka Koluba, with that revelation today again. Now, nobody wants to buy into or accept all of what is coming out about morning infusion, but one can reach the conclusion and agree around there that something monetary is happening as evident by the Supreme Court delay in making a determination into that so that the country gets back on its feet. Probably intense negotiation is taking place. Maybe they want to persuade the speaker to resign. Maybe they want to offer him substantial amount of money because that is the method they have used over the years in this country, so that he will come out and give whatever the reasons, putting the country first above personal interest, and then he stand down. Maybe it's one of the things they're trying to do, but everything is at a standstill and nothing is coming from the Supreme Court that the delay is because of this, is because of that. The country is just left wondering what is happening, why the court is taking so long. Yes, why? Something is happening somewhere. They know, all of them know, all of the parties, everybody to this conflict, all of the stakeholders, including those who are on the fringe or around that discussion, they know what is unfolding. This too is Liberia. But whatever, whichever way it goes, it should not degenerate into chaos. That's all. And the responsibility lies on the lap of the full bench. Yesterday, I was listening to Face the Issues last night, and this accident that took place on the highway or leaving Nimba County. AB was explaining it, and he said that the uncle of the late Senator Prince Johnson's wife was involved, and it was reported that he passed off. And I think the report has it that 4 persons, 4 dead, 4. Sad time, terrible. But this is what I can say to that. Not about the accident solely of the senator's car, but the wife. Put yourself in her shoes. The husband is dead. Not long, not 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or after the burial, but just few days in between. You hear of the death of 4 persons, And amongst those 4 persons, the fatherly uncle. Put yourself in her shoe. What you think that person will be? Just think about it. At this point, this is when and why sometimes people can ask, why God allowed this? If he is God, why he allowed this? I've heard some people in a situation more than Senator Johnson's wife, and this situation asking that, saying that out of hurt. I can say that the question is reasonable, but I think God himself will feel for them because he feels the pain of everybody. Then we think we can feel for our brothers and sisters. When that thing occurred yesterday, when we heard that, there where my thoughts went. Every other thing around it, AB explained it last night, so it doesn't make sense to come back and but my mind just went to her imagining the condition that she's in, how she received that news. So this is what I can say. All of the guides, everybody, when I say everybody, I'm not talking about the other people on the side, those so-called senators, representatives, sympathizers, people paying tribute, saying all kinds of stuff. You stop. You stop making public statements. You stop all of those things. And you just try to help this woman. Because, listen, that thing, what has happened, what is happening rather to Senator Johnson's wife, kill other women and other men. Few days trying to bury the husband or the wife. Then they bring a death news of your fatherly uncle. Some people just went off and died. At this point in time, if these people truly humor, and they are humor, but when I say humor, I mean empathizing. Empathizing is putting oneself into the person's situation as if it were you. That's what empathizing is. Sympathy is to say, oh, sorry, don't cry. But empathy means you dump yourself in the person as if you are the ones who experiencing that situation. You want to leave everything, political tributes and all the kind of stuff, stop making public statements here and there, and just hold this woman in your arm. Because, listen, if care is not properly taken, that woman could go off and who knows the situation. Imagine what she's going through now. Just few days. Ain't good 1 week ain't reach. Then a death news. When you hear these things, you know that God is truly not a liar. Do you know that the situation that Senator Johnson's wife is going through, it is in the Bible? Hear the woman. She had lost her husband. She's grieving. Then they bring news to her that her son has died. And she was at the point of just taking her life. And who came along? Jesus came along. and started to comfort her, console her. Now, why did God run to her immediately? Because he knew that she was going to do something to herself. We have these events in the Bible so that we look at and help others. People should stop making political statements, stop all of the quote-unquote tributes, and just rally around that woman. It's hard for her. It's hard. I know many nights she can pound her head crying, then hearing of the death of those 4 people, amongst them her fatherly uncle. Put yourself in the woman's shoe. If anybody can help this woman now, those people who consider themselves friends, brothers, sisters, representatives of the senator, they are the ones. You be with that woman right now. Help her whichever way. Because it's a terrible situation. Too bad. Too bad. Yes. Continue to play the 3 wise men, the 3 wise men jackpot. Play. We've got, we'll announce winners as quickly as we can before we leave the show. So play in the next few minutes. I got just under 10 minutes to go. Play as many times as you can. Let's draw several winners. We want to give you more money. Play with just 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 United States dollars, and dial *799*100#, and you win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars, like Mosu has won for herself 10,000 Liberian dollars. 10,000. All right. I think we got, let's call this number. Let's call this number. Let's give the people money, man. Yo, please, I beg you, your exercise patient not easy. The country not easy hard right now. The economy upside down. So we're looking for money to give to the people. We're looking for money to give to the people. So y'all continue to play from this morning all the way. Just play. Play as many times as you can play. Dial *799*100#. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then you are set to receive 10,000 Liberian dollars, like Musu Kamara won her ma. She was excited. Let's call this number and see. Let's call it. Yeah, don't worry. I'll open the line shortly for you to have your input. Let me do this. We got to give the people money. Let's call this number. In the meantime, continue to play *799*. Hello.
Hello, where's it?
This is Sam Andrews. I'm Sam Andrews calling you from Kings 88.5. What is your full name, sir? Eh? Twin Wulapli?
Yes, S-W-E-N.
Wait, the way you call it, is it twin? How you spell that twin? Twin?
Yeah, S-W-E-N.
Oh, swing?
Yeah,
but you pronouncing a thing like twin. That's all. Pronounce well. Swing what?
Wolati.
Wolati?
Yeah,
W-R-E-T-E-E.
Yeah.
Reti.
Wulati.
Wula?
Wulati, W-R-A-T-E-E.
W-R-A-T-E-E.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You say how you pronounce it?
Wulati.
Okay. You play the King's Cash giveaway, the 3 wise men jackpot. Did you play?
Yeah.
When did you play and how?
I play on your show.
You play on the show this afternoon.
Yeah.
How you play?
I play star 799 star 100.
Eh? Am I jacking you? Why are you guessing? Say the thing good. Say the thing good.
Star 799 star 100 half. Yeah. Then the ocean came to me. Yeah. I plugged in number 2.
Okay. And they are your number, yeah?
Yeah.
So the number is register. That your mobile money number?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Same thing I'm telling you.
Okay, Swain. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep your phone on. Keep your phone on. I will call you back. I will call you back in the next 1 minute and confirm something with you. Yeah? Thank you for playing and continue to play. So keep the phone on. Don't leave the phone and go as well. I'm calling you back in no time. Okay. Star 799 star 100 hatch 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. You play and then you win. So let's do it in the next few minutes. Let's go to the line now. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 980375. Hello.
Well, I don't know, Sam. Good evening, rather. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Edmond. I'm going to say, you know, it's scary, you know, because actually we may not be legal, had a legal mind, but the long stay, that issue that we have here, we don't think Supreme Court is going to have a long stay in the issue. And for me, I still believe that they will be on the side of the law. That's why there are some arm twisting going on, because don't underestimate or Yeke. Anything that Yeke ever talk about, when you come to gun law, it will come to fruition. They may be taking on for the law, but maybe they are rejecting it. But anything to do outside of the law, they'll be playing with their own character. So that is clear. I still believe in them. And then what you will say about the accident, my brother, is serious. The woman, 2 of her relatives left in an accident. If you ever heard about the quote unquote, because we discussed it on your own voice, the 3 missing boys, their father also left in an accident. Blamo Rabba, he left in an accident. He traveled with them to Nima so that they can do some enrichment. On their way back, right around Konola, they had a traction accident and they left inside it. So Blamo family, I will just have a meeting. It's serious, it's a sad situation. As you were saying, let's talk about all of these stuff. You know, it's not going to bring anybody back. It's not going to be making somebody to be reminded more and more. So thank you.
Thank you too. Have a nice Thursday. Hello.
Hello.
You know where you call from?
My name is Shedrack David Nakwe Boys from the Beat City. Thank you very much. My brother, you know, you can, once you are level, you can get really fat. But the only people have a push. You can say this thing after the election. If you took over this guy that play or even against you, they play even against you, they will make sure to break you down. But it comes to pass. And when money came back and said something, this guy that will be ashamed to receive that money because Allah, you can bring the information out. They will not agree to take that money. But when they take it, then we know that this country there's no law. If they got they resolve the constitution and run and put it to the bottom, we see this country there's no law. Somebody say there's no law. It means there's no law in your country. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello. Hello. Yeah. You want to move. You want to move. Listen. You want to move few feet from where you are because the voices are overshadowing yours. Move from where you are. Their voices overshadowing yours. 0772-2399-33-0886-3044-97. The women's line 0777-980375. When you call, once you are in the midst of people, their voices will overshadow you. When you're calling, move from where they are talking so that it doesn't distort your conversation too. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Peter Derrick Council. I come from another street in Lower Johnsonville. Thank you very much for the fascinating discussion. You know, Mr. Sam Andrew, these guys came to power to really destroy the image and the entire fabric of our society. And the narrative from Honorable Yeka Koruba is real. You know what I mean? To spend 900,000 USD to just remove an individual from power.
So is it you say it's real? Is it because Yeka said it? So it is real?
No,
you believe
but
it?
Yeka was the one that told us that these guys want to remove the speaker. And first they started with 45,000. We got that information and it was proven. And then 25,000 again, it was proven. So the 900,000 is also real. And you see, these guys, they are very much wicked. And these are things that can escalate tension within the country. And we are asking the Supreme Court of Liberia. We are not lawyers, but who can read, we went to school, we can analyze the law. So the reality is like that. It was spent on what the amount of money to plunge this particular country into a political chaos. I want to leave with them. We all
Okay,
feel
Chief.
it.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's hear you. Your name and where you come from.
yeah, my name is Aliyu Kadikoma and Mexican family and boys around the judicial. You know, let me say thanks to you. I believe because in our state, the death of the former senator and people political activists is very get to me. Because this desert is not something for us to politicize. Can you imagine our own man, people, the people passing around political activists? The only thing we can do is to see what time will give something. To see how better getting there, sitting better, so that at least we'll blend on the wrong end, so that well, in good people. Talking about the reason that you get called back.
Okay, Chief. Thank you.
People can get everything they want you to be serious. If you somebody say against somebody money, half a million to no one speaker. That's God not again. The men are common to go out to my coming without time to give somebody money.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
Again.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's go. Have to draw at most 5. I want to draw at most 5 winners from here. Then we can get out. Let's try this one. Hello. Man, I won't give you a chance, sir. Hey, Swear. My man Swear, you can't give me a chance. I will not ego. My man Money got power. The man got mine, so you won't give me a chance to speak. I know it. You ready at that door. So you won $10,000 Liberian dollars and it's in your account and you confirming that you received it.
Yeah, I received it.
Let's go. So continue to play the King's Cash giveaway and encourage others to play. Do it.
That's my second time winning on King.
All right, your second time. So continue to play and encourage other people to play. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the shortest and fastest way of getting money.
Okay.
All right, Swain. Okay. So Swain has won for himself 10,000 Liberian dollars. Hello. Hello? Hello, you are on. No, what is happening? Let's take this one. Hello? Hello? You are on the air. Hello? Your call will okay, then you're still you ain't want to talk. You can call.
I'm talking.
No,
I'm
but I'm
talking.
not hearing you, my man. When
I'm
you're
saying I'm
talking
Pastor
out,
D from Revolution SE.
yeah, Pastor. When you're talking out, I will hear you. You're on. Everything is connected. I will hear you in my
Yes.
earpiece.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make a contribution towards the talking point.
Yeah, let's
As
do it as quickly
regards
as we can.
the majority block and the Konaspi Kufa saga. You know, my brother, anything that a man do, they can try it. You can remember that what I got in power, his first attempt with the Supreme Court was the Musu case. Musu case, with that girl, Shala Musu, the Chief Justice then as he knew the feeling of a woman giving birth to a child, and they win Makumaku that case and free her. The second one was the court wrong decision on the 10-year position. The next day, President Buhari turned it around. So it won't be surprised if this one will be slapped in the face of the Liberian people. But if the Liberian people sit there and accept it, so be it.
Okay,
we got nothing to do. All what we do as religious people, we pray.
Pray.
That God speak to their heart and they do the right thing.
But that praying thing again. That praying thing again, my man. All right, Eboji. Hello. Hello. The women's line, I okay you, but what happened? You're not talking. Hello. Okay. All right. Well, time is fast spent. We got to go. We have to go. We have to go. We are approaching the end of our end point. I try to allow this last female call, but you're not coming through. You're not coming through. Hello?
Andrew?
Yes.
Getting me now?
Yeah, getting you. Yeah.
Okay, I'm asking you on the line, your sister.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Okay, I'm calling from Clarendon this evening. Thank you for the show, say Andrew. Set it off. But I want to remind you of something. You're talking about Yeke saying something and will believe in it. I will say yes, I will believe Yeke. But yesterday, last time, what is since you guys say the last time, 50 years ago, they were coming for Yeke in this country. You understand? See, you go to us, say, all the people playing the move, they give you money. And today come to reality and they make sure the money, or what they play. The last time they gave money to Moonlit Man and they send it to one store. And the man brought a coupon and they say, yeah, they play, they get all money. Yeah, the people, they get all the hotels, insurance. They play, man, say, and keep the pass. So if the man say, we say, the man, especially member today, you're not present. For the green area, they put up for the green background. They're not saying that you get present. You're not present. You're saying the truth. And when they put you a big peaceful, say, Andrew, we look at the justice system, the Supreme Court. We look at the Supreme Court. If they put you a big peaceful, we're looking at them.
That's why everybody waiting for them now.
Yes, because it's taking too long now. Let me see again. Let's go short. It can be short. Now go too long. 1 more, 2 more. Let's go to Iglikata. They're going to host it. So they put you a big peaceful.
They call you in wedding?
Iglikata. Iglikata, my child. Yeah.
Where we call Iglikata?
Oh, you know Iglikata? They call you running. Running. Okay, catch it. On a government, I'm saying. They call you Iglikata. So let them make sure they country be peaceful. We want peace in the state. They don't say anything. They're the law, but they don't say the law. Then they do the right thing. What they may saying that they put giving money. It might not be true.
My sister, but why you think the boat delaying that day?
Well, I was saying, my brother, no, we can't question. We get the all and it shouldn't say what they may say. It might not be true. But we believe in them. We believe in Shannon Yo. What you say that they found out because you can get real debt. The point might get real debt. But all of that, if anything go on us and me go on anything, there will be no justice saying the Colombian believe justice no more. No more. Everybody will do that own thing. Everybody say love for their head in this country. So we back it and then yeah. If you
No,
don't get
no, man, no, the boy, no, that one, we want that one out.
No, but tell me now, my brother Andrew, for God's sake now, if you go for a regret, go to Zikata, you see what happy alas. Oh, happy alas. You say, well, I'm going to the court, I can't get regret. You will take the case and kiss me because of money. So I'm going to say, I'll say, my head. I go to jail, I'll be free. You saw the child boy came for a right? And free. So I was saying it. So we back in Saturday, you know, what do the rest thing. And do the rest thing, we believe in her. We can't just get for what I'm saying. It shouldn't be true.
All right, my
It must be lie.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Sam. How you doing, Mr. Andrew?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Fine.
This is
And you?
Papi. I'm calling from Broadview.
Let's hear you.
Mr. Andrew, honestly, you know, I've really been listening to you all of the time. I'm not really lucky to get you, but after I got thank you today, I got you. Honestly, the whole thing is just heartbreaking to see people that we believe in, we call in justice. People are saying justice to the people that they say they are heading or they are ruling or they are leading, to hear them. Since the one case, you spending all of this money that you spend. People are suffering. People are going to bear with empty stomach. And up to now, you continue to spend money just to take one person for in power. What will happen to Joseph Walker and then Mary in this place here? What will happen to him? All of the money that you're spending, you can't get nowhere. You try, but I'm just fucking shame. You want to do what I can tell the justice minister. All I think you're doing, the Supreme Court, you better come up with the right thing. You better come on with the right thing. Like the law says, you better come up with it. Because if you don't want problem in this country, and even you very stand up there, you just say Supreme Court, whosoever. If you think you want peace, you better do the right thing. You better do the right thing.
Okay.
I show Joseph Walker, he will not succeed. He will not succeed. The depression, frustration, like all of people that happen to Joseph Walker, is that only to take for the took over for his power, he will spend all that money. Everything will leave, it will go in vain. And because of that heartbreak, he will not survive. I can say it for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you all for spicing of it. That's all the time we've got. But continue to play the Three Wise Men jackpot. Down star 799 star 100 hatch and play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US and win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars. We try to get through to this number, but we'll have to have the confirmation before. Okay, however, Israel will be the next person will take it through and announced. I think we have three, small, little by little. You know, he just got on the show. Okay, man, that's all the time we've got to be on the show. The news is on at 6 and just under 30 minutes from now. And after the news, face the issues with A.B. Williams at 8 this evening. You don't want to miss it. My name is Sam Andrews. Shalom.
When somebody tells you all FM stations are the same, they haven't been listening. 88.5 FM is totally different. That's why true music lovers make a big switch. And because you have a winner taste, 88.5 FM is your only station.